I'm here with one of our keynote sponsors, Biscoes, with Alison. And of course, we wouldn't be here without the incredible tribe leader herself. It's Pamodzi's creator and innovator, Ronnie Edwards.
Hello.
Hi.
I love your outfit.
Thank you. Well, you know, this is just day look. This is just office wear.
When I grow up, I'm going to be as fabulous as you.
You already are. Stop
I've just
it.
noticed that your earrings match your little card. That's really cool.
It's like you
plan
thought
that?
about it. It's like you
really
thought about
cool.
it.
Did you plan that?
Well, you know, no, but you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. So we're here for another year, Ronnie.
Yes.
How's it been?
And we were not sure whether to torture ourselves in doing this or not, because it's been quite a crazy year, hasn't it? Crazy year.
A little bit.
Yeah. And I'm really grateful for my mentor, Steph, from Shaping Portsmouth, because he sat me down on a Zoom call and said, well, you know, just help me kind of weigh up the pros and cons of it. And my board members did as well, which you were part of. And we just thought, actually, now more than ever, we need to celebrate those inspirational women in our community, because we've been so focused on surviving for so long.
Yeah.
And as people have just given their everything in loads of different contexts, that I really felt that, yeah, we do need to hear these stories, regardless of the work that was going to be involved with, like, putting in place safeguarding to do it. But I'm glad we did it, yeah. And it wouldn't have happened. It was not going to happen without the support of a whole team around me, you being one of them, and actually sponsors. So Alison has, for a couple of years now, you've just been amazing at just believing in us. So thank
When
you
she was
so
doing all
much.
this deliberation, I was in the background going, do it, do it,
Yeah,
do it, do it.
yeah. I think there was a bunch of us that were like, yes, you have to. You don't have a choice about this.
So just really grateful that actually there's people like Alison in the background who get what we're trying to do and the spirit behind it. And she was just like, yeah, let's do it. I'm going to support you in it. It's not going to happen unless you support it, is it? So thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Alison, for all that.
Can't wait till we can do it in person next
I know,
time.
right?
But
And I can hug you.
But I find that's actually really important, isn't it? Because actually it was a bunch of people saying, yes, we're going to make this happen. So it's like, you've not just got something that you're holding on to, it's now snowballed into something that other people want to get involved with.
Yeah.
So Alison, tell me, why did you want to get involved in the first place?
well, I'm a Portsmouth girl. Did my degree away from Portsmouth, but everything else I've done, I've only ever worked in Portsmouth, and my business is here. My kids grew up here, and I just think it's a fantastic place to live. I don't think there's many places that are better, but it's got a really bad rep. When you say you're from Portsmouth, people go, oh, right, okay. So and I really want it to be something better than that, and I think the women in this city in particular, you know, we've got some really amazing, creative, kind, just incredible women, and I just loved, you know, when Ronnie first contacted me about the awards, the fact that we were highlighting that. Yeah, so that's kind of my drive for being involved. Ronnie mentioned Steph. I'm already involved with Shaping Portsmouth, so in terms of promoting the city as a whole, I'm very behind, but also I think these awards particularly highlight the great women that we've got in the city.
Yeah.
Definitely. And you're not only that, you're also one of the Trailblazers as well. So
Yeah, I had the privilege this year, although it was a little bit odd doing the whole thing over Zoom.
I can imagine.
Oh, it was
You're on
awful,
mute.
wasn't
You're on
it?
mute.
There's a lot of that.
It just felt so impersonal, because even just watching you guys get really excited about, you know, what you were reading, and it just felt like something that you couldn't really share in the fullness because you were in separate spaces.
Grappling with Excel spreadsheets and various things.
And 259 nominations.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But it must have been nice to be in a situation where you're talking with other women about raising other women. So
Yeah.
apart from the Zoom experience, you're on mute. What was it actually like to have those conversations?
I think the final bit, we all felt the same, which is actually there were just too many brilliant people, so we're all struggling with, oh yeah, but what about this one? Have you read this one? Have another look at that one. So there's a lot of kind of to and fro to make sure we got people in the right categories for a start, wasn't it? But also just recognising people's contributions in comparison to one another. So because they're all brilliant, you know, people were nominated. these women were nominated by their colleagues, their friends, their husbands, their businesses, whatever, because they're amazing. So it's quite hard then to kind of think, oh, that one's a winner.
Between
So,
6 of you.
Yeah.
But we don't call them winners as well. We just very much want to reflect that actually you are part of a tribe.
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, that was my bad.
No.
No, not at all.
Who are we going to give the beautiful award to?
I know,
It was
they
all
all
so
do that.
beautiful.
And it's representing the whole tribe. And
Yeah.
I really felt for you, all 6 of you, having to sit there and deliberate and thrash it out. But it was,
You're very good though, because you do sit back and you just let people get on with it. 'Cause
Sit on my hands.
Ronnie's kind of, I could feel it.
it's good.
How great people are.
It must have been hard for you to do that, to sit on your hands and let it unfold. But that's kind of the beauty of it as well.
Yeah, and it's part of the process of, and because it's like there's 4 different 5 this year, because we looked at the pandemic, 5 different areas that we looked at, and kind of weighed up with the text contributed, and it was really hard to kind of, when you knew the story, if you knew of that person personally, and kind of like watch it all play out, make the decision without going, but I know them, they're amazing.
Yeah, not getting involved.
Because I wasn't part of the process, and that's what's, I think that gives it a lot of credibility and substance, is that actually these 6 women are incredible in their own right, and we've got them from different aspects of the community, and I trust them, categorically trust them to make those decisions and weigh up. And they had every single application they had to go through and read and deliberate. It wasn't a pleasant experience in terms of the decisions you had to make.
No.
I'm
But yeah, I think we got some really good examples of great people in those categories. So.
And I know that obviously this year is quite taken up talking about the pandemic. But for you, Alison, how's it been this year for you in work in regards to the pandemic and the last 12 months?
Tough. It was a really worrying time at the beginning when you're running a business and you have 150 people rely on you for their jobs, and you don't know what's going to happen. It's all very, very uncertain. At some point you have to provide them with answers, even if you've got answers yourself. So that was the hardest bit.
That's really hard.
Is actually keeping their morale up and keeping them positive about, we'll get through it. We're a team, we'll make it work. And they, my guys accepted pay cuts for a bit. We sorted all that out in the end. But, that's really hard to ask people who are doing their job to do that. And I know lots of business leaders really struggled with that. It was a day I cried, I have to say.
I can imagine, yeah. A lot of
So,
weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, but we got there. We've got through it. The guys are all super busy again now. You and I were just chatting because you're buying a house. The housing market's gone absolutely bonkers. My conveyancers who do house purchases and sales thought they were coming to the end of the road with the stamp duty window, but they're looking like they're going to extend it. So I said it's like them running a marathon and then been told just do another 12 miles.
A little bit more, just a little bit more.
Yeah, so they've all worked so hard. I'm so proud of all of them. It's just been brilliant.
Overall, Pamodzi means bringing together. So what does that mean for you, Alison? What does Pamodzi bringing together? What does that look like? What does that mean to you?
I think one of the things that this award does, and Shaping Portsmouth does to an extent, is actually connecting people. Yeah. There's so many great things that go on in this city that you mention it to somebody and they go, oh, I didn't know we did that. I'm a chair of trustees at Pompey in the community. We're at the moment trying to get the money together to build a new sports stadium, a Moneyfield site. And that was mentioned at the Shaping Portsmouth conference, people are going, oh, I didn't know that was happening. You can put as much social media out, but it's actually about making those connections between people so that we can all celebrate what's great about where we live.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah,
And Biscoes, as an organisation, in terms of women, you kind of at the front lines as well for what you're doing, because you've got women leadership.
We've got 8 directors and 5 of them are women.
Amazing.
Yeah, we've been known to have board meetings with one of the directors walking around with a baby in a sling.
Wow.
So, yeah, very, very inclusive, very family orientated, firm, and I think that's important. Don't get rid of people's skills just because they've decided that they have another job in their life, which is being a mum.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's call it what it is.
Hardest job you ever do. Hardest job you ever do.
Yeah. And I've just got this image of all of you in a boardroom. It's almost like it's another tribe, like that is it, isn't it, all together? So, Well, thank you, Alison. And of course, Ronnie, thank you so much. And yeah, look forward to seeing you next year.
Oh,
Yes.
Can't wait.
When we
Can't
can
wait for the
hug.
dancing.
Yeah,
I know.
the singing and the dancing I'm here for, centre stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much.